to what will be the pathways to adapt, mitigate, and sustain the development. Yeah. Okay, first of all, it's a complementary strategies. Okay, and based on the projection, we'll be able to reduce the emission substantially. Okay, if we really do some of the action. Okay, and what can we do? So this is the we've seen this graph before. You see different scenario that can be developed. Okay, this has been calculated by a lot of experts. Okay, we can reduce the total number of the total amount of CO2 by accumulation by doing a lot of action. Okay, which most likely then reduce the potential of global warming. Okay, see, depend on which strategy we go for. Okay, what are the characteristics? It's reduce the risk. It has to go with a long-term. It has to be done in all level, from individual to government. You need to transform the economic, social, technology, and so on. Then we have seen this one. Economic, we tend to go for the green kind of economic. You see development of new technologies, the battery storage, electric car. Okay, a lot. So it has to go in the full throttle always. This is what climate activists say. This is I agree with them. Okay. And then there are multiple paths, so we can reach below 2 degrees, as you can see from the previous slide. And then all paths, all scenarios will need to reduce the emission of CO2. Okay, and then it has to go near zero. You have seen this one. What will be the consequences of different scenarios? Okay, on what will be the annual emission required? So today, this year, global emission of CO2 is around 50 gigatons. 50 gigatons. So from 50 around here, this is today. From 50, it's around here. And you'll see what will be the annual production if you take different scenarios. RCP 8.5, we know it will lead to the highest. Okay. And RCP 2.6 is the strictest of all. And you'll see actually we can reduce the emission by zero. Basically, now in this scenario, we don't entirely use the fossil fuel. Basically, we don't burn any. So that's scenario 2.6. So no fuel, no coal, no thing. So all from the renewables. That's scenario 2.6. That will lead to zero CO2 emission globally by 2100. But as you see, the things goes. I mean, if you look into the graph, I'll change the color. The graph for this one at 2.6 is, you see, it will from 2010 will start to decrease. This is a slow transition from fossil fuel-based energy into non-fossil fuel-based energy, with the commitment of completely not consuming any fossil fuel by 2100. Okay, that's the scenario, and there are a lot of things. Yeah, there are a lot of things. So how can it be done? You can see here that The strategy is basically to go for low carbon energy share of the primary energy. Okay, if you look into this scenario, okay, the around 600 to 700 ppm CO2 equivalent. So what is required is basically to increase. Okay, this is from about 20%. To increase the low carbon energy, to increase the low carbon energy share of primary energy from around 20% during this time into about 75% by 2100. That is what's required in this scenario. Okay, and then if you look into the strictest scenario, the last one here, so we need to increase by 2050 low carbon energy share of primary energy to around 60% in 2050. But basically, at this time, for example, 60% of the car will be from electricity, and the electricity is produced not by burning the fossil fuel, but we go probably from solar or hydro, thermal, okay, different, or wind, something. So it's not only change the electricity, the car to the electric car, but also we need to change the, for example, the electricity production from fossil fuel base to something low carbon things. Low carbon can be, I don't know, solar, can be wind, and so on. Okay, that is the scenario. It looks simple, yeah. It looks very straightforward and really makes sense. And then these are some of the likelihood, the statistical probability. So what we can achieve here. The thing is, we'll be able to reduce the emission by 2050 and 2010. So you see what are the scenarios, okay? 1.5. So you see here, if we do, if you reduce our emission, so what will be the likelihood of it to happen and then to reduce the temperature?